sound design is taking the tools of the world around you, the sounds of the world around you, and doing something completely unexpected with them, kind of creating something new out of that really in many ways does not even represent the original source sound. So creating special effects, for instance, is one way of using sound design. Sometimes things can be very hands-on and very involved with the decision-making process and how dramatically I want to affect the overall sound. Other times it can be, I may want to make myself as transparent to the process as possible and not have any sort of influence on the final result. Two examples are I recently recorded a band. It was a drum set and a guitarist and a vocalist. And they had me mix the project, and the final result ended up being something very different from how they originally performed it. I kind of reinterpreted it, at their blessing. I kind of really imagined the piece and pretty dramatically shaped it into something else entirely. On the other hand, I also recorded a singer and acoustic guitarist recently who I really felt that the strength of the piece was in its sparseness and the really kind of singular identity of just the vocalist and the guitar. So I wanted to make myself as not involved in the final product as possible. I really just want to create an accurate recording of the performance and have that speak for itself. Yes, creating your own sound design with your body or with different types of materials they may have at hand, often described as Foley, is the term that's used in the film industry, is something that's very useful. There's different sound stages in film where they have different materials all throughout a room this size or even larger. Beds of sand, beds of rocks, pieces of celery. I've seen sound stages with every object you can possibly imagine for creating different types of sounds. I think it was a documentary on doing the sound for Jurassic Park, the first film way back in the 90s, that really kind of opened my eyes to that, where the sound designers for that were taking the sounds from, I think, a kitten purring and like a crocodile noise that it made, and then combining them, doing some pitch shifting and creating the sound of a T-Rex. And it really kind of sounded nothing like the original pieces there. So it's very fun, very interesting field to get into as well. Yes, my favorite sound, it seems to change daily, if not by the minute. Right now, I really am drawn to the sound of basketballs on a basketball court. The kind of pinging, hollow sound can be very useful in, my specialty is usually more towards music production, so I like looking for alternate sources of sound to include in a piece of music. There are electronic musicians who analyze, I know of a piece where someone took the sound of a wooden chair sliding across a floor. They did a frequency analysis and found that its fundamental was an F sharp and included that sound effect as part of the main theme of the piece of music in that key. So I'm always looking for types of sounds like that to include something surprising that may catch somebody off guard, but really makes sense in the context of the work itself as well.